Winter has come. It's so cold. It's just bitter cold out here. I probably should have turned on the heater, but mistakes were made. I probably also should have used the restroom beforehand, but that's all right. We can just hold it for 3 or 4 hours. It'll be okay. All right, now on to some business of the day. I may look silly with this thing, but you know what? I'm kind of warm. And this is in my garage. I mean, $1 million studio out in the garage, but still, you know what I'm saying. All right. So, big thing. I've been looking over some issues over the past week. If you're not familiar with current events right now, Texas has, at least Dallas-Fort Worth, has been hit with like a massive ice storm. We haven't left the house in like 4 days. It's been, we don't do cold weather here in Texas at all. And it's just been stuck inside, which has actually been kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie, I've actually enjoyed this time. It's been wonderful just spending time with the fam and playing games and just kind of goofing off. So I've enjoyed the winter wonderland we have here, but it's above freezing today and it's melting. So today's the final day. I was like, all right, I better actually do something today. Let's feel a little bit. It got down to 17 Fahrenheit, so like -5 or 6 Celsius probably. So yeah, oh man, yeah, I need to shave. Whenever it gets really, really cold, I kind of feel like I want to pretend like I'm out in the wilderness again. I'm like, oh, but in reality, I'm just gonna go for a walk in it and be like, oh yeah, that was great, and then come back. I didn't even do that though. Let's be honest. I just stayed inside and played games on my computer. I was well, actually I did accomplish something. I got some fireplace doors I custom ordered like a month ago, and I got all that, got my drill out, drilled into like the masonry, and got that all mounted up on the fireplace. So I was pretty impressed. I did actually get that done. Didn't really do anything else though in the past 4 days, so I wouldn't call that an accomplishment, but I didn't do nothing. So today, regression tests. It's down to 6 here this morning. I don't know why you guys live in cold areas. That sounds miserable. If I could move further south, I would. I guess there's Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is actually, what is that? That's a U.S. island. It's not really a state, but it'd be warmer there. And Florida, they're just crazy. Even people from Florida know that people in Florida are crazy. And that's speaking from someone in Texas. So, I don't think I could ever move to Florida. God, the heat in Florida just hits different. It's just muggy. It just feels like you're getting suffocated with a warm blanket or wet blanket. It's just, yeah. So anyways, sorry. Yeah, we always talk about weather here. I'm your tech weatherman. Tennessee's supposed to get cold here. Yeah, I got cold though. Yeah, but it's warmed up now. It's above freezing now and everything's melting. So you can't really complain. 2 Celsius here in Spain. Yeah, it's about the exact same temperature in Spain as it is here in Texas. So we got that going for us. Florida man doing Florida man thing. It's fun to read on the news. I just don't want to be that guy's neighbor. That's all I'm saying. Oh, Canada. The funny thing about Canada is this. Have you guys ever noticed there is an insane amount of Canadian YouTubers? And I think it's because it's so damn cold there and they can't go outside. That and they got nationalized healthcare. But, there is a disproportionate amount of Canadian YouTubers compared to US YouTubers, I think. I'd almost want to say they're equal. It's kind of insane how many there are. Just something I've observed. Maybe it's just bias because like LTT got his start there. But then I go over into like the camera sphere and it's like, you had Chris Ramsey, Peter McKinnon, all these Canadians that are over there, and they pretty much just dominate that space. So it's not just tech, it's other places too. Although Marquez is, New York? So, all right. Let's get into some regression testing. I have looked at some issues on WinUtil, and there's two things I want to look at for regression testing. One, service tweaks. Now, we've already tested the service tweaks, and some people say that the service count isn't as good as it used to be. The current iteration of WinUtil doesn't decrease the service count as much as it used to. Cool thing about WinUtil is we have saved every single version. So this is what a regression test is. You go back. I don't know if this is actually what a regression test is, but this is how I envision regression testing. So we're just going to do it how I think it. Anyways, we're going to take the old version, run it, see what the process count is. We're going to take the new version, run it, and see what the process count is. Is it equal? Is it less? Does it matter? We're going to find out. And then the other thing was the disable Windows update. There was one guy, and I don't know, this guy could just be trolling me, but he was making a bunch of issues about Windows updates not getting disabled. And I was like, is that a thing? Is it a thing? I thought we tested it. But we'll reboot, run updates again, see what happens. I swear we tested it, and it was fine. But that's what we're doing. That's what I got today. But I haven't noticed anything. That's the only two things. And it might just be like them using like a really old version of Windows or a modified version of Windows. It's always weird running tweak tools on Windows because here's the thing. There's like two types of users of Windows. There's the people that just sit there and just grab everything from stock Microsoft. I don't know how they just deal with that nonsense. And then there's the tweak people. And then they won't just run one tweak. They'll run like 50 tweaks. And then I'm like, dude, okay, my tool is meant to be like an all-in-one. You just run it, you hit standard, and you go about your day. That's what it's meant to be, right? It's just meant to save you a lot of time. No. They decide to grab 10 other tools and go, I'm gonna really tweak Windows. And then it's just like, I don't know what these other tools did, man. You ran everything. Of course your shit doesn't work. What do you want me to say? You grabbed a whole bunch. We were like, how many open source scripts do I want to? Yes, all of them. Yes. So yeah, you're running into that a lot in Windows as well. You got the people that won't touch it, and then you got the people that will not only touch it, but they're going to do bad things to it. They're just going to run everything that they find online and just run it all. And then that's even worse. So, yeah. I mean, honestly, Tiny 11 builder with proper, just running my utility should be fine. You look drunk, man. Too much Dayquil. I mean, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Don't judge me. All right, let's get into it. Oh. Oh. Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, dude, I didn't even set any of this up. My bad. Let's pop this out. And let's grab that. Pause that guy. Pop it out. Bring it over. Let's check in with chat. How we doing today? I rented the old CoffeeZilla studio. It's great. You know, if I was really thinking ahead here, I should have replaced the background with like Hoth, you know, like just like a cool winter wonderland scenic view. That would have been epic with like a little snowdrift going in the background. That'd be awesome. As far as I'm concerned, you're a little bit under the weather. I'm a lot of bit under the weather. 100%. No signal. Can you look at Win Enhance? It's like WinUtil. I think I've looked at it in the past, Crafter, actually. Weird question. Why is removable RAM on a laptop PCB, but a lot of desktop RAM is enclosed? Why is removable RAM on a PCB? Well, I'm not sure on that, gaming. I'm not much on the hardware side of things. I haven't built my fair share of computers, but I'm not a hardware guy. I remember I did a couple hardware reviews, but that was frankly just so I could get some free hardware. You know, and I do have like a soft spot for micro PCs. For some odd reason, I just like having those and then like putting them all around the house as home theater PCs. So there was a good little stint there where I was just, I think it was B-Link. It was kept sending me units, and I was like, sure, we'll toss that on another PC. And I think I got up one on every single TV in the house now. So I'm like, all right, I'm good. Audio's a bit low. Well, let's see. What do we got? Oh, it is a little low, isn't it? What? Wait, what? Why is that low? Test. That does seem off. You're right. Thank you, chat. Output gain still seems... Okay, so if that's fine, what happened here? I got some issue. Let's see. Test. All right, that's number 5. Oh, dude, this could go completely sideways adjusting this on the fly, but you know what? When in Rome. Output. Expander gain at 15, 5. Oh, that's already pretty high. Yeah. What happened here? Oh, man. Let's, you know, the compression's really not even taking over here. Let's, compress that a little bit. All right, test. I still don't see any compressor attenuation, so what the hell is that? Something. I got a sonic noise up in here. Oh, everything's broken. The winner. All right, let's look here. Threshold is fine. Huh. All right. Testing. Okay, there we go. We got a little threshold. Still not great. Let's increase that a little bit more. And attack looks good. Release looks good. Let's take that output. And now we're in the yellow. Let's take that up a little bit. I feel like we're gonna get close here. All right, now it's good. Oh, that output seems a little high. How's that sound? Is that better? Oh, there we go. Ah, much better. All right, great. I wonder what happened. Oh, well. All right. Thanks, chat. I appreciate you. Much better. You know what? I always struggle with audio. Like, I've been doing this for 8 years, and audio, for some odd reason, still one of the hardest things to learn. When you get compression, you got all the different, like how you EQ it out, different mics and how they attenuate things, and just like how everything sounds, and just anything changes in the whole environment. It just screws everything up. It's like the wildest thing. Like video, it took me, a couple months maybe to nail down video, but audio still to this day one of the hardest. All right. Yeah, I don't. So audio engineers, man, out there, my hat is off to you. You guys are like the mad scientists of everything. Like, people don't understand, like, when they're watching a television show and the audio sounds like perfect. I would love to pick that guy's brain that makes it sound that way, because like when you watch like any of those, it's like, wow. You got the guy, like, obviously, like, the guy holding, like, the boom mic or whatever it is that they're grabbing. Some probably, like, a lapel as well. There's a lot of different ways to take that. But then they take it and they make it sound so good. And here I am with a dynamic microphone 2 inches from my face, and I have a hard time making it sound good. It's an art form, and I think a lot of people don't appreciate the audio engineers out there. Don't turn the knobs. Once it's good, don't touch it. Hey, if it was only that simple. But there's that little child inside of me that says, touch it. Push the red button. Yes. It's all in the presets, yeah. It's so true. They're magicians. Yeah, they see sound, for sure. Like, I'm decent now, but you could always do a little bit better. You could always do a little better. True audio engineers use Reaper. Yeah, well, my thing is I really want to push as much audio stuff into the hardware. So then when it gets to my computer, pretty much all it has to do is just output the sound. And I don't have to do anything in post on the PC itself, which is great. Make BSD util. Oh gosh, we're still trying to nail down LinUtil and WinUtil. I think that's my main focus this year is Windows utility and Linux utility. I have been going kind of hard with Linux utility while I've been off as well, redoing some of the game shortcuts. I don't want to even disclose this, but I'm going to. I actually loaded up Starfield, one of the worst, if not the worst Bethesda game ever made in existence. The menu system is atrocious, by the way. Anyway, so I started modding it. And why? Because, I don't know. I'm a bit damaged at times. And I was like, ooh, cool, let's get it all working on Linux. So then I was like, okay, I got all the mods loaded. And then I figured out how it all went. And I was like, cool, let's automate all this. So I downloaded all the next mod I like. Got them all going. And then it's good. What is that? Oh, it's abs. Oh, hey, what's up? Thanks for the bits. That's what the clicking sound is. Okay. I was like, what is that clicking sound? Thanks, abs, for the bits, man. Oh, no, Starfield is a Bethesda, man. Oh, yeah, I guess it is Microsoft Starfield. Talking about Microsoft slop. I guess let's get into that real fast. Before, dude, have you guys been seeing this? Okay. I was going to do a video on this, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We got to talk about Microsoft really fast because there's so many videos out there. It does feel like Microsoft has like lost the plot, but right before the snowstorm hit, Microsoft had a massive, at my work, they had a massive outage. This is actually, Azure had an outage back in October of 2025, but nobody really covered this past outage. I don't know if anybody saw, but O365 email was down for like a day and a half or something. Like all of O365, Microsoft email was down. It was insane. And I was like, what the hell is going on? There should be redundancies built in. And they were like feeding AI slop updates to everybody in the admin portal. So any sysadmins out there this past week, you know, it makes us look bad when email goes down. And, you know, our boss will be like, hey, what the hell, where's the email? And I'm like, guys, it's Microsoft. The whole server, like everywhere around the world right now, Microsoft email is having issues, O365. And it was like that for a while. And I was kind of like, what in the hell? Yeah, email was the biggest impact. O365 was just down, period. The status page was down. The updates we were getting were just absolutely awful. I mean, yeah, we definitely saw the outage. Nobody covered it either. And I was like, what the hell? This is a massive outage of the email side of things. So that happened. And then I started looking at other stuff and everyone covered like, I think it was, so this was an outage from October. Then there was the FBI gave the BitLocker encryption keys. A lot of YouTubers jumped on that. And we were like, oh, Microsoft gave these. And I was like, dude, well, they had a warrant and everybody knew the keys were basically stored in plain text on Microsoft servers. So it wasn't that they gave the FBI recovery keys to unlock all the encrypted data on your system. That's the headline here, right? This is what everybody made a video about. But the thing is, the fact that they're just sitting there and they can easily have access to the encryption keys, my biggest worry isn't that this would happen. It's that their servers will get compromised, which has happened, which I'm about to get into. And then a nefarious actor, not a government agency, is going to get those encryption keys and do God knows what with them. So that's the thing that I'm like, yeah, you know, there's that. And to kind of play on that, the other thing I was looking at was they did, and this is actually old news too, they used China-based engineers to support products from China. So it's kind of crazy that all the different things Microsoft has done, and they're in the government quite a bit here in America. So it's kind of interesting to see these giant corporations and how they're off-siting so many things, or offshoring quite a bit of jobs to who knows what. They could even be state actors and state-sponsored hackers. So it's kind of, I don't know. I look at what's going on with Microsoft, and I feel like we're all just sitting on a sinking ship, and we're just trying to plug the holes. And we all have a little tiny bucket, and we're just throwing water outside to keep it from sinking faster. And that's just kind of what it feels like. Dang, Abs, thanks so much for the gifted subs, brother. Holy crap. So that's kind of where I exist with Windows. People should know about these things, and there's just been a cascade of issues. And then you get into all the bad code that has been written in all the recent updates in Microsoft. So much so, Coding Wonders, one of the biggest contributors to WinUtil, which, you know, a lot of Windows utility people like Drift User, Coding Wonders, Martin or Meritech, huge contributors, right? Conti back in the day. All of these users have moved to Linux. Almost all of them are actively trying to. I think in Coding Wonders' face, he's actively trying to move to Linux right now. And then I kind of lose the contributors, so it kind of sucks for me, because I'm like, oh man, they're such good contributors, but at the same time, I'm like happy for them that they're getting out of the prison of Windows. So, yeah, man, I feel bad about that, but it's just way of the world, I suppose. And I don't blame a lot of really talented people are just like, well, I have the ability, I'm going to get out of Windows. And I think that's where most people are. It's just, there's so much going wrong with it, especially in recent updates. If you're modifying Windows, you just see all the bad code that is being written. The tech debt at Microsoft is just at a biblical level. Like, it's worse than the U.S. debt. That's how bad the tech debt is up there. And that's saying something, man. I'm just using Chrome right now. So anyways, that's my rant of the day. Yeah, it's just, I just want Microsoft to do better. I always envision Microsoft, and Microsoft historically has always done a pretty bad job. It's just the incompetence we're seeing out of Microsoft today is flabbergasting. What? This is so much bad news that it's hard to cover it all. Like, I could just make every video, but I don't want to make every video just me sitting there crapping on Microsoft. So it's like, I guess I could just roll all this up into one video and just be like, all right, well, if you had your head in the sand for the past year, here's everything Microsoft screwed up. And it would be like probably a 30-minute video. It's just insane, the amount of problems that it's had. Oh, and I totally forgot about like the Notepad Paint requiring Microsoft Store accounts to log in. I mean, it's at this point, it's like, why even bother with anything with the Microsoft tag on it as an application? There's just so much crap that it's just terrible. Like with Notepad, it's such a simplistic program. Same with Paint. It's not rocket science. You can obviously download alternatives, and you shouldn't, but it's It's just so wild. It's incurable. Do the video. Yeah, I know. I just need to take all the things I just talked about, bullet point them, and there's some things I've also left out because I'm just going off the top of my head, and then just try and make a quick like 10-20 minute video just really just hitting every single point and outlining it properly, because just in the past 12 months the amount of slop and just awful decisions, and then also what they've executed on, has been so poorly done. It baffles me. Anyways, having said that, let's get into some Windows utility regression testing. Slop here, slop there, slop everywhere. I know, man. I feel that. I feel that, man. If the market share keeps dropping to a record low, do you use Microsoft pulling out their finger and putting out the best product possible? I don't think they're capable. Gaming, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they have the talent anymore to make a good product. I think they've fired a lot of people in Microsoft side of things, and a lot of the legacy talent is gone. The people that made Microsoft no longer work there, and all they have left is just a bunch of marketing and finance bros running the place. So I don't think they're capable of putting out a good product anymore. I hope I'm wrong. Trust me. I mean, that's just, you know, I've used it for so long. Just wanted to do better is all. I like CachyOS. CachyOS is nice. Don't forget the AI bros. That's true. The push of Copilot is insane as well. All right, let's see. What's the processor count here? Okay, 138. I don't think we've de-bloated this one yet. We're hanging out. Let's let this normalize. Do we have everything installed here? We're gonna make a snapshot, and then we'll run the tool and see what we get. And we should see that process count decrease. I would imagine at least probably 110 or below. Did that go? There. Ooh, that's slow. What's going on here? Okay, and we have all the devices. I don't like how slow that's feeling. Yeah, LTSC is probably the best bet right now because it's still old. Most of LTSC was from 5 years ago. So the best version of Windows right now is Windows 11 2022 LTSC Enterprise Edition IoT. That's the best version. All right, this is fine. Let's see what our updates look like too. I want to make sure everything's up to date before we start this. It does feel a little laggy. It might just be updating in the background. Let's see what's going on. $117. Okay, that was 10 days ago. Can we check for updates? Okay, we did get a cumulative update on 115, so we should be good. Let's see what this should come back with the green check marks. Yeah, we're good. 20. Okay, let's update this. Sure. 7628 is the version. Let's see. 2628. We're on 7623, so minor revision here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on a live stream. Oh, okay. I'll let you know when I'm finished. It'll be like 2 or 3 hours. Okay. Please multitask. What do we got? Windows will never disappear. That's the thing. You know? Microsoft Windows still has a massive market share. There's always going to be tons of legacy equipment. Hell, if there's still people out there using Windows XP POS systems everywhere. Man, I do not like how this system feels, though. It looks like the limitation is going to be the disk, which kind of makes sense. I'm trying to think. I could probably do like I already do a pass-through. That's the limiting factor here. It's not the CPU or the memory allocated to the machine. It's the disk usage being spiked at 100% is the problem. Let's see. We could look at the devices. Do we have disk usage? What's taking all that space? Oh, other things for PR. I'm not going to accept any more PRs. We need to check the regression testing. The two things that I'm seeing is, one, updating's not being disabled properly. Apparently, some people are saying after an install or a restart, updates can't be disabled, which I thought we tested, but I want to double check that. And then the second thing is the service tweaks, just making sure that those are still working properly. All right, let's go IO writes and reads. Let's go. Okay. What is taking all of our disk space? Task host tw.exe. What the hell is that? System 32 process. Huh. Well, it's signed by Windows, so it's an official process. It must be something with the update. There's still some... It looks like it's still working out some few things. Yeah, it could be task scheduler kind of going off. Oh, here we go. TI worker is what's taking all the... What is that? Servicing stack. Okay, yeah, this is just what's taking all the IO reads and writes. VD agent, that's fine. This is... What we got? What in the hell is this? Servicing stack. Okay, so it's just adding... Looks like it's just updates in the background that is just bogging everything down. It's like, man, this just feels laggy. But let's let it finish and then see what happens to that servicing stack. In-place upgrade helper. Oh, in-place upgrade. I wonder what that is. Oh, okay. The problem I have is I think you should just reinstall. I don't like in-place upgrades at all when it comes to Windows. It just leaves behind so much garbage everywhere. So that's the main issue I have with in-place upgrades that most people miss. People are like, how do I upgrade from 10 to 11? I'm like, you don't. Just do a fresh install and reinstall your stuff. I know people don't like hearing that. And they're like, well, there's got to be a way. I'm like, yes, there's a way, but you're going to have poor performance. You're going to have tons of leftover garbage everywhere. It's just awful. And frankly, it's always been this way with Windows. Like when you go from like, dude, I remember upgrading XP to Vista. That was absolute nightmare. The in-place upgrade cycle from that was just insanity. And Vista 7 was fine. 7 to 8 was bleh. Just there's so many bad things, but these big feature updates when you go from like 24H2 to 25H2, that's not as big of an update, but going from like 21 or 23H2 to 25H2, which is the latest, it's such a big upgrade. You're still going to have leftovers even in that kind of upgrade cycle. I still don't recommend it. And I like to just stay on the feature updates for 1 to 2 years. And then when I need to really get to the latest version, which is like 25H2 today, I would do a fresh install. And that's really the best way to get the most performance out of Windows. If you do a lot of in-place upgrades, 1 or 2 of them, even these minor version upgrades or major version updates, I should say, you're going to lose some performance. It's just how much, it depends on the computer, depends on the specs. There's a lot of things that factor into it. Oh no, Red Hat's doing AI slop now too. I mean, it kind of par for the course. Every big tech firm's all about the AI slop these days. I still think you can use AI in a proper way, but a lot of people just lean on it a little too hard. But that's how you learn. The pendulum will always swing back the other way. We'll land in a good area, and you know, AI is a decent tool, a good tool, I would say. It's just a tool nonetheless. It's not earth shaking, like, oh, all this existing knowledge is now not even needed. We can just rely on the AI. No, it's not that. It's just a tool that you can pull out of your belt and use from time to time. It's not an end-all be-all. The procrastination of Mango WC situation is crazy. Agreed. Thursday's video will be Cube. I promise you, Mango WC. For sure. How are we doing here? All right. Let's restart. I just want to get this virtual machine stabilized. And once we have it stabilized and all the updates and everything in, we're going to lock it in place. And that's going to be the stock setting before we run our tweaks. And then we can do our regression tests. No, I did see a comment like the problem with AI is it's wrong with the highest possible level of confidence. I don't think this matters really that much. I know normies out there use AI as like, hey, tell me what's right and wrong. It's just never going to be that. Think of it like it's just a better Stack Overflow, essentially, is how I treat it. It can give you a lot of options, half of which are going to be wrong, but it's going to give you a lot of options, and it's up to you to have the knowledge to know what is right and wrong. That's the thing everyone's missing. It will never be good enough to where it'll just be right all the time. That's just not existent. It's not possible. No matter what they do. No matter how much power that gets thrown at it. So it's up to you to have the knowledge to know what's right and wrong. It's still a good tool to use, but a tool nonetheless. And the tool is only as good as the person wielding it. So 95% of the population won't ever be able to use it properly. 5% probably will, and just dominate things with it. All right, let's see. What are we looking at now? All right, this is feeling better. Yeah. Single digits, proper there. Did we get our... Yeah, nice. I think it was just in the middle of an update. So I just wanted to make sure this is nice. Process counts right around 130, 136. That's looking fine. Fine and dandy. Well, let's go ahead, shut it down, and we're going to do some regression testing. RAM prices. Oh, man. I think the future is the elites of the world. Stock snapshot. Will have a computer, and the peasants will not. So, all right, we got a snapshot of this. So, count yourself lucky if you're able to afford a computer in the future. Because most people won't have one. They'll just have a closed source proprietary phone that they stare at and get their news, get their brain rot, get everything from, and they'll just be like, my precious. The big tech overlords tell me what to think. And they're just going to drone out like that. And that's your average person in the future. All right. This is looking good. Now we can run our tests. We're first just going to start with the stable branch. I've been wrong before. I hope I'm wrong about that. A lot of times I always plan for the worst and hope for the best. That's just my mental state at all times. Whenever I see something, I'm like, well, that could go sideways about 30 different ways. Let's pick the worst way and plan for that. And that's typically how I work. That's how my brain works, at least. We're just going to go standard tweaks on this. Let's run that. There's a few things you're wrong about. Kitty, Grub, PCs in the future. Hey, I am not wrong about Grub. I will die on that hill. Grub is the absolute pinnacle of Linux bootloaders. There's no better one. Oh, fat bastard. Was that not there? The link in the Discord not working for you? I saw your Patreon post, fat bastard. Support your claim. I'm a YouTuber. It's a YouTuber thing just to make outlandish claims to get you to click on the video and then have you watch 10, 20 minutes and then feel dumber for watching the video. That's what us YouTubers do. It's the nature of social media. The cycle of life, if you will. We enhance the midichlorian counts of everyone around us. Make everyone collectively stupider. And then pass it off as edutainment. It's amazing. Yes. Bask in our glory. Sorry. I think I shouldn't have had that. Shouldn't have drank so much before starting the stream. Actually, I don't even drink anymore. Sadly. Gilbert's disease took me down. I definitely feel dumb every time I tune into your streams. Oh, man. Oh, God, I saw the best YouTube comment the other day. I don't know. It feels like, you know, usually when I see like a really mean comment, I'm just like, oh, bless his heart. He must be having a rough life. If he feels the need to just randomly make fun of some YouTuber in a comment, I'm like, oh, well, anyways, you're banned. That's typically how I deal with the random hate. I don't get very much these days, though. I would say back in the day when I had like super viral videos, I think I had a couple of videos that were just really, really viral in the early days, like 2020, 2021. I would get a lot of hate. These days, I really don't get very much. I mean, there's still the occasional comment that sneaks in. Usually it's like, man, you're getting old. Yeah. Looking at your video 8 years ago and looking at it now, you've really aged. I think that's the common. Or, oh, here's a fun one too. I think that I get that comment, not as much as you think. It's probably like one every couple days. The other comment I get is like, you look like you didn't sleep very well, or you look like you're tired. And I was like, bro, life gets hard after 40. You know, this is just how most people look at this age. I'm just barely making it do with this crappy energy drink. And that's just how things are. Oh no, there's a rule that you can't see chat history. Oh, 1 second. Why these tweaks happen? Oh yeah. Yeah. Lunduke's expired. I banned the term. Banning all political terms. Biden and Trump was also banned from chat. No politics. Nope. He's staying on it. We're not doing any politics. We are a political free stream. Coffee is better. Actually, I've kind of moved to espresso. Lunduke is political. Of course he's political. Have you not read any of his articles? Come on now. Everything he talks about is political. Espresso, yeah, sorry. I failed English class. When you created the role, you didn't add the read history. Oh, God. All right, let's get that. Dude, you did a long chat with him. Yeah, I did. I don't mind chatting with Lunduke. But, yeah, I'm not going to talk about him on stream or YouTube videos anymore. Too political, man. Way too political. All right, let's go. Let's go. I think it was roles. Did you program the tool yourself? Yes. It was actually all CLI. Let's go roles. Server settings. And then we go to roles. And what do we do with the roles? Was it this one? Special member? Read message history. Yes. There we go. And then let's go. Oh, remove edge. Oh, we do need to do this, Gabby. Let's do that PR while it does. We're going to do that PR because I do want to get the edge uninstall done. That's a good one. All right. I think this one did finish. 1 second. 1 second. I'm doing too much. Let's reboot this. We're going to see. We need to be under 130 processes. And then we'll see what we get. All right. What do we got? All right, process count did decrease. We are at 117, which is probably par for the course. It's about that. Let's let that go in the background. So those standard tweaks are pretty solid. I don't want to get too aggressive with the tweaks. The whole idea is to just make it clean, make it feel like old Windows 7, fresh out of the box, just vanilla. It's not meant to be like, hey, look at my impressive 50 processor count or 40 process count. The idea is to just remove all the crap you will never use, get it to a spot where it's not using any read-write and not bogging down your system. So then you can play games, you can do your work, whatever it is, without any interference. That's what it is. Can see it now? All right, good stuff. All right, Dan. Appreciate you guys and Fat Bastard for reaching out and letting me know. It may take me a little bit to get there, but I got there. Server settings, roles, got it. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, that's the thing. Like politics, here's the thing about politics, guys. Why I don't talk about them. It's, it just depends on what media you absorb, and typically most of politics don't have a original idea. Most times it's just regurgitated ideas from the man, if you will. And it depends on what side you're on. You're going to pick a different man that controls everything. And then you're just regurgitating someone else's opinions. To me, you don't really learn anything. It's just like adult brain rot. Most times that's what politics are. And I know some people are like, well, I like to be well informed and all these other things. I'm like, yeah, but I don't think it's doing anything for you. I think if you just focus on improving yourself, improving your skills, improving what you're going on with your tech, you're just going to be a lot happier and you're going to have a lot better life. You might think, well, that's fine until the Gestapo knocks down your door and shoots you. And I'm like, okay, I get it, bro. But you probably should step away from politics if that's your argument. Because all I want to do is just be out in my garage making tech stuff. That's all I want. It's my happy place. And that's usually what people that watch me, that's their happy place. And I want to have us all have a collective happy place without politics and the crazy world outside of all the other things. Now we can still talk about, I think one place we can always talk about is how Microsoft continually screws everything up. I think we can all agree on that. There's no dissenting objections on that opinion. Even people at Microsoft agree with me. You know, it's a lose-lose too. Like, I know like, it's funny whenever I see influencers go, I gotta use my influence for good. And I'm like, bro, it's not that serious. You're not that influential. People just watch you because they want a faster Windows. That's what I tell myself. Or they want to learn something about Linux. Your influence doesn't cut that deep. Let's be real. You watch me because, one, you either like my Linux content, or two, you want to make Windows suck less. There's really no other reason. Maybe a little bit of an entertainment here and there, but that's about it. Let's be real here. If I was talking about a game that you did and I was mid at the game, you would tune into somebody else. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I know my lane. All right, it did tone down. We're at 107. Now, the true test is, let's reboot this. Let's do another run. And this time, we're going to take an older version of WinUtil that I think was a little more aggressive with the service count. And let's see what it is. 107 was the last one. Now, some people are like, how, Titus, pray tell, do you run an old version of Windows utility? Let's say you're like, Titus, you've lost it. You're off your rocker. Used to be good, but now you're just mid. So's your utility. Well, you can go back in time. So let's go back to this release. This is well before. Let's go even further back. Let's go back to the 905 release. We're going to copy this link right here. And then we're just going to paste it in. So what this does, and when we execute this, it grabs the old version of WinUtil and runs it. And this is a great way, like, this is why GitHub's so cool, is because you can just essentially transplant back in time to different versions of the utility. And then you can kind of see, hey, did we get better? Did we get worse? All right, so you can see this is the version we're on. Let's do another regression test. We're gonna go standard. You can see how the tweaks kind of changed over time too. And we're just gonna run. Stop calling it slop. Oh, that's funny. Hey, I mean, it's pretty much almost mainstream hating on Windows and switching to Linux. All right, here we go. We're running the old tweaks from 4 months ago. So let's see what this does. You can see a couple more errors. We did remove some of those, and I think there was one tweak in there from 4 years ago where we were doing like a Q word instead of a D word. It was an improper value, which is not like that big a deal, but that's all been fixed. All right, tweaks have been done. Let's reboot. And restart. So the big thing here is this going to get under 100 processes? And the thing I really want to watch is, if it does it just restart those processes after we leave it up for a minute or two? Because if it just restarts those processes, then doesn't really make any sense to make a manual. So let's see what the process count is here. Oh, that's quite a bit less. I think we have a regression here. Oh, oof. Well, we screwed up somewhere. That's a regression. We did get worse. Yeah. Shit happens. All right, let's fix it. I blame Microsoft. Nah, this one's on me. This one's on me. I knew it. All right. Let's fix it. Let's go. Command to output all Windows services to text file, include automatic, delayed, manual, disabled. It was AI, I promise. Yeah. Okay, I like that. All right. Perfect. Let's get that. See if we can put that in, and we will output this, and then we're going to run that against our existing. There's our services. All right. Let's go.
Look, I want to say, I know you know a lot of super
Tal,
people,
thanks for becoming a member, man.
Thanks for thanking me.
Much appreciated. Now, let's see. Tweaks. Let's go services. Yes, there's this tweak services.
Look, I want to say, I know you know a lot of super people, so...
ATS. Oh, Samurai. All right, thank you for becoming a member, man. Much appreciated. So good. Let's alphabetize these two. All right, let's clear that. Let's pin that. We're gonna just do these. We'll
look,
say,
I want to say, I know you know a lot of super people, so...
Rux.
Thanks for thanking
You're
me.
the man. Rux has been with us for a long time. He's also a mod over on Discord. And's contributed to WinUtil as well. Yeah, we're gonna take this. Let's check the services and against this list and add any missing services. Yeah, it's gonna be Gabby to blame on this one. Old Gab got us here, but he did remove a bunch of extra crap that's kind of accumulated. It's kind of like software develop, it's not like a straight line most people think. You're going to make mistakes, and a lot of times what I see as software starts to mature, one, it either bloats up and has too much tech debt.
I know you know a lot of super people, so...
And...
Thanks for thanking me.
That's a great name. Angry Scotsman, thank you for the support. But the thing is, it starts to accumulate too much tech debt, and people are afraid to, like, cull things down. The thing I like about Gabby is it always culls it down. Always kind of, every time I look at a PR from him, is it removes lines of code, and I like that because it's not bloating things up; it's actually debloating a lot of things. Now, whenever you do that, there's gonna be casualties along the way. Like, yeah, our tweaks list isn't quite as aggressive as it used to be, and now we've kind of bloated back up a little bit. It's still better than the stock experience, mind you, a lot better, but we can still fine tune it. But now we can just add in the services that are missing. Oh, 3929. All right, let's see what you got. You know me. It takes like 5 posts before I get there. Let's see. You're on Twitch. Uh-huh. All right, what do we got? Okay, I reviewed this last week, requested changes. And... Oh, I remember this. Yeah, we actually did this tweak once upon a time. And that actually might work. I like how you grab the physical menu. I do like this. This will definitely help. It's not the fix, though. This is actually good. I like how before we were doing just a straight calculation. Whenever you do SVC, host, split, threshold, and KB, we've actually done this tweak in the past. Probably like 2 years ago now that I'm thinking about it before I removed it. It was causing issues with paging files because we weren't calculating the memory before the server split. So this will actually help a lot. All right, what do we got? What? You didn't do anything. That's not gonna fix it though, Gab. I mean, we can do it. I mean, I think it's a good fix, but that wasn't part of the culling, from my recollection. I do like it though. Let's give it a whirl. Also. Didn't add anything. AI is having a moment. Yeah, there is no changes to be made. That's funny. Anywho, let's close it. Let's add. Actually. Services. Tech. Let's take that. tweaks. We're just gonna add that, and then I'm gonna do a check. Let's shut this guy down. I'm gonna actually limit some of the VM real fast. We're gonna change some of the details of it. I'm gonna take this down. Right now it's at 16 cores. Let's just bring that down to 8 cores. Memory, let's only allocate 16. 384, 16, 384. We'll apply that. So we'll grab that. That's fine. We're gonna have to add more multiple VMs here, just so I have allocation to do a couple more tests. Let's see what I forgot. What do we do for our VM here? What we were doing 16. That's fine. And 16. Okay. Gravy. Let's run this. Perfect. I ran out of the premium requests, so I'm having to use the peasant AI because I'm too cheap to buy any of the credits. So that's why the AI responses have gotten a little bit worse on this stream. Because I'm cheap. Alrighty. We're going to boot up into this. And this is where we do all our production. All the lines of code. We're going to test that. Services. What's this one at? Now, this has been going for a while. I've had this. What was the original install date of it? I think we're due for a debloat anyways. Let's test. How long have I had this up and going? No, not that long. What is that? October 2025 was the original install. I paid GitHub Copilot $10. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Type ST by now. I don't think I have, Peter. I need to check that out. If not, you're running behind. That sounds like me. What is Type ST? Limitless power to write, create, and automate anything you can fit on a page. Is this what you're talking about? This does not sound like you. Imagine Markdown on steroids. Oh. Yeah, I was like, this does not look like Peter. It's not open source. Markdown based typesetting system that is powerful and easy to learn. Powerful latex while also easier. Oh, that's cool. The Fibonacci sequence. That's a fun word to say. Fibonacci. All right. That's good. Type snap. Great. Huh. I'll have to check that out. Written in Rust. That's pretty cool. Type ST is like latex for dumb people. Perfect. It's made for me then. All right, let's test out this update from old Gabby. I'm sorry, I'm only capable of speaking in 2 syllables at a time, so I always could call Gabby Gab. Just easier. Probably drives him crazy. Oh, yeah, my bad. We're on the wrong wrong branch. All right, let's get back. Let's recompile, shall we? It does drive me crazy. I fear her. Just know I don't do it on purpose. It's just my smooth brain. All right, let's go tweaks, standard, run. Let's see this new tweak in action. Ooh, you know what? I should have done my updates beforehand. What do we have? Oh, we're a couple updates behind on this guy. What version is this? Oh, we're on 25H2. We're not that far behind. Just a minor update. Integrate type ST into Vim, syntax highlighting, showing Greek words, bold, and all. Auto completion, I like it. I like it. Best I got was 180 bare bones. All right, Rage Knight. Let's see what we do here. Now, this is something I have like a ton of stuff going in the background. We got Looking Glass. We got a bunch of utilities I'm rocking. This is my full-blown dev environment, so we're not going to get down to below 100 processes. We were hovering, I think, like 170-ish when I pulled it up. How do I block Windows updates? We'll test that next, actually. That was the other regression that I needed to take a look at. And while we're sitting here, let's revert that snapshot of that test box. So let's open up our test box. Let's go snapshots. Let's revert to this. Boom. Snapshot's done. Let's go ahead and start this guy up. And this is going to be a stock version of Windows. The whole reason to have a snapshot, if you're unfamiliar with VM, snapshots, like what makes regression testing so great, is because we can take a brand new system that has been basically sitting there, and then after we run our tweaks, we can see what the final result is, which was around 87 processes, I think was what it was, the final number. And now we can regression test with the new version of like WinUtil and go, okay, how are we doing? And see what that does. The weird thing was when we did that, maybe the AI was wrong. Maybe it is that from Gabby. Again, let's see. We're doing it on our main system right over here, but we can do it over here as well. We're rocking a Xeon server system. We got this. Let's fire this bad boy up. Let's stretch the old girl's legs down here. Watch the stream crash. All right. Let's see what we got now. We should be like 130 processage, I think. No, 115. 115 is where we're at. Let's rerun this tool. Now, we're going to have to compile the tool, so... Do we have Git? We do not have Git. Oh, I don't want to re-authenticate. Let's just install Git. Git.git, yeah. I think it'll be fine. I think it can find it. No, you're right. Git.git. The greatest contribution Linus Torvalds has ever given to the world was not Linux. It was Git. I stand behind that because I tell you what. I love Git more than I love Linux. That's how good Git is. It's amazing. We got a git.git.git. You're sorry, you're sorry you're wrong about that too. I'm telling you, dude, I love Git. I could honestly just mainline Windows and have Git, where if I didn't have Git and I was forced to use Linux, I gotta say, I would probably be in Windows with Git. That's how good Git is. If you program at all, Git is just such an absolutely killer tool. I could just sit here and fangirl out about Git all day long. It's not a hot take. Linus only contributed 1% to Git. Oh, that's true. I think he turned it over to somebody else and they pretty much made it what it is today. He was like, here's just to get you guys started. He was there at the inception of Git, and then he kind of turned it over. Right? I don't know. I love it. I love it to death. Like, the different branches you can do, the collaboration with the pull requests, the, hey, let's go back in time and just see how the code looked 2 years ago. I mean, all these things are all just like at your fingertips and takes like 2 seconds. Oh, it's just so cool, man. I don't know if there's a better invention in the world, man. That's how much I just love Git. Ah, 1 second. Let's clone this bad boy, right? Let's go. I always do /. Oh yeah, I did. I did catch that LTT video. He did mention it. I just forgot. But still, he was the one that came up with the original idea, I do believe, because he hated SVN at the time. He was using SVN. And he was like, "There's a better way. Let's fix this out." Can we agree that chess is a better invention than Git? No, chess is not a better invention than Git. Chess is a fun game that's heavily reliant on memorization. I love chess, don't get me wrong, but Git is better. There's few things in this world that's better than Git. I can't think of any right now off the top of my head. All right, let's run this bad boy. And if you want to see, we are running today's date. This is the compiled version with the new tweak from old Gabby. Oh, you know what? I should have not done the system restore, but whatever. Like, it matters. We're using snapshots anyways. And probably skipping disk cleanup probably would have been good as well. That would have made this run so much faster. God, I really need to do some coding on WinOneShot too. WinOneShot, man, it's so darn fast just using .NET libraries. It's almost spoiled me. So it would have been done like 30 seconds ago. It's so fast. Git or WinGit? Git. GIT is the absolute best of all worlds. Like, Git is amazing on so many different levels, and I don't even know it all that well. Yeah, I know how to like switch branches, pull request, collaboration, all the basics, cloning, committing, all those things. Very, very familiar with. But there's so much more to it. You know, when you get into rebasing, cherry picking, it's just so cool. And I even had to do like hard pushes to revert back in the past when I just completely screw up a repo beyond all regulation. And it's just like, oh, you know what? It worked yesterday, and we'll just revert everything back to then and just scrap everything we did today. And you just do it. It always remembers everything. It's so cool. Like, it is the GOAT. What is your favorite coffee? I am so, like, I don't care. If it's caffeinated, if it's trash can coffee, like some Folgers or something, I don't care. I'll probably still drink it. I'll just probably toss a little bit of milk and... I try to stay away from the sugar these days. I'm big on using honey in my coffee. It's probably still not very good for you, but I don't know. I think all those like sucralose and all these other anything that ends with ose, I'm kind of like, yeah, it doesn't feel right. You know, I think that's I don't think it's good. So I'm like, I'll just use honey. Bourbon, you know, when in Rome. Depends on the day, if you know what I'm saying, Dennis. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but coffee with honey, pretty good. It depends on the coffee too. Like, if it's a light roast, I don't need to use any sweetener. But a lot of the darker roasts, I do need something to take off a little bit of the edge. My wife says don't use curdled milk. The reason why she says this is because there's been so many times in the past where I don't necessarily check and I'm like, milk's a little chunkier than usual. Oh well, we'll just stir it around a little bit. It'll be okay. I swear, I feel like now, I don't know, by a show of hands, chat, I kind of need, this is really the things that I need input from chat on. Because there's a little bit of a debate in our household going on. Does whole milk last longer than fat-free milk? I don't know. What does chat say? One, no, yes. No, it's the same. I hate milk. It requires less time. No, this is pasteurized whole milk, so it's what you buy in the store. They're both organic, but they're still pasteurized. So there's the whole milk and the fat-free milk. Do they both go expired at the same time? Or is it okay to drink the whole milk past the expiration date? I mean, whole milk is more creamy and it's more delicious. I think that's not a debate, one bit or not. See, I think fat-free is bad because of the added sugars. You know, that's my thought. But you also have more fat content, which can be bad for some, especially if you're not using those fats. You know. Well, damn, I think I was wrong there. Judging by chat, I think more people said it expires on the expiration date. They both expire at the expiration date. I swear, though, whole milk lasts a little, like a couple days longer. But then again, there's been times my wife has cleaned out my cup and she's like, I think this milk's expired because there's still remnants of some curdled stuff in here. I know. Yeah. How much do you lift at the gym? Usually like 3 or 4 days a week. Milk is milk. It's true. I really don't care. Extra protein. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's all the protein powder is. They just scrape the stuff off the top.
The dude abides.
Oh, man. That seemed kind of loud. The dude was pretty loud. I appreciate it, though. Thank you, good sir, Just, for the super sticker. Store milk in a bottle of the fridge in the coldest part of the fridge. That sounds like extra work. I think I'm just going to leave it in the carton. You can't spoil milk if you drink the whole bottle in one go. Oh my god, Dev. Oh, that sounds bad. I think I have like a mild dairy allergy as well, so, you know. All right, let's reboot this. Let's see if this reduces our process count. Oh, man, eggnog. Oh, I love me some eggnog. Eggnog with a little bit of Captain Morgan. Delicious. Because the Captain Morgan just kind of like cuts through it. Has that little sweet. Oh.
The dude abides.
So good. Richter, thank you for the super chat. My pleasure. I love making WinUtil. It's fun. It's almost like a little mini game we got going on with Microsoft. It's like, hey, what's Microsoft gonna break next? I look forward to it. All right, let's see what we got. Where is our process count? Snap. Well, look at that. Look at that. Right there. Old Gabby was right. It was, as a matter of fact, the SVC host split tweak. Man, oh man, that's pretty sweet. Pretty darn sweet, I must say. My goodness. Chef's kiss. Thank you, Gabby. Yeah, putting up me and my shenanigans. I tell you what. I think we're going to have to push that to main release ASAP. That was a pretty big regression. And that fix looks pretty darn good. Let's see where we go. We were at 170 on the main box. Now, this is the development environment, so we're not going to get below 100 here. But we will get this. All right. Yeah, that we got to publish this one. This is going to be a standalone release. That regression was, eesh, you know what I'm saying? Should be 69, but it's all right. Yeah, fair. This is actually going to be better than the old tweak as well, because the old tweak didn't calculate memory before it did the SVC host split. So it was just a standard, like across the board. So for some people, it would feel worse, and for some people, it would feel a lot better. But with this new tweak, it will reduce the process count even more, and it will take into account your system. So it's actually a better tweak all around. So thank you, Gabby. All right, where are we at? We taking bets? Not bad. Not bad at all. We went from, let's see where it lines up here. 170 to 150, and this already had tweaks on it, so not too shabby. I'm a little stingy with my memory here, but you know. It's pretty nice though. I like it. All right, I think we got to publish that. The other thing, let's test the memory. The other thing I wanted to make sure works before we do our release. The other regression, I kept getting a post, someone saying the updates don't work anymore. And I swear we tested this, so I think this guy's full of it. I think he's just trolling. But I like to test. When in doubt, test. Because I swear we tested it, it disabled it, and we couldn't run the update troubleshooter. We do have an update pending, so I want to do... Actually, I think it blows out the update. Was it... No, we're still 7171. Okay, yeah, we still have a pending update. So let's see what happens when we disable updates. Because this got all rewritten as well. And we tested it on stream in the past. How is it possible to remove a service from the services list? Gaming, you can actually use the command line. Not terminal. Actually, it might work in terminal. I don't know. Let's see. You can use what's called SC. This is how you interface with services in Windows. So if there is a service that you want to delete, make sure it's not like a critical system service, otherwise your crap's going to break. So preface this with, if you don't know what you're doing and you're just randomly deleting services, you're going to break your system and it's not going to boot and you're going to have a really bad time. So don't get mad at me, bro, if you break your system using SC command. However, having said that, SC is a really cool tool to be able to modify, add system services, delete system services, create your own services. You can do a lot with it. But you can see SC delete will delete the service. So you can do that. So if you need this, you can just do / question mark. You get that. But you can also go delete question mark. Oops. And specify the service. Let's go. If you want syntax, let's just do SE query. And then you have your service name. I'd probably do like a grep, which I don't even think I have grep installed. God, it's been so long since I've used command line in Windows. I get, well, we're in PowerShell, although it's a command line. I'd probably use a PowerShell command to limit this down and just grab the service name. But essentially, like, let's say, let's find a service. Do I have a jank? Oh, let's use Windows search. All right. So then you can go SC, delete, and then you can paste in like Windows search. Obviously, don't delete Windows search. That's probably a bad example. I'm trying to think of a crappy service that I could get rid of. I think I've actually kind of debloated this already, though. Anything in here? Yeah, I don't use anything. Like, if you have, like, an MSI or ASUS motherboard, there'll be some crap in here you could probably delete. Those like to add a bunch of system services. Oh, Razer as well. NVIDIA, if you have an NVIDIA. Ooh, actually, we might have some NVIDIA. Do we have NVIDIA? That's the display container. And it's running. Well, let's delete it and see what happens. Alright. Oh, no, not query. Let's just change that so you can go SC stop. Boom. And then stop pending. This will stop the service. And then you can actually query. Can we feed the query command a service name? Yes, we can. So you can see it stopped now. Let's say we wanted to delete the whole NVIDIA demand. I don't know if we can do this. Yeah, let's try. Delete. Okay, cool. So then NVIDIA display container service is now deleted. My system may not boot after doing that. I don't know. Anywho, We stopped Windows services now. So if we go, I think it does require a reboot. Let's go ahead and pull up Windows services, see what it shows. Nice, that's exactly what we wanted from the test. Now, if this doesn't boot, it's because I deleted the NVIDIA service. Probably shouldn't have done that, but I wanted to show you. You can delete it without stopping it. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, SC is a Microsoft tool. It's baked into every Windows. Yeah, gaming. If it doesn't boot, I'll blame you. We could probably do safe mode. Although with the pass-through, I really should have done this on the one with the snapshot. That was stupid. Do I even have... Nah, it's not even running. That would have been smarter, but... I don't even remember the container, the NVIDIA container service, what it did. Well, it must not have been that important. It seems to work just fine. I just remember NVIDIA adding a bunch of, like, pointless services. Oh, we could have gotten rid of, like, Hyper-V, probably. I don't think I have that installed. Where is NVIDIA? InProtect Game Guard service. Oh, see, that would have been a good one to delete as well. But yeah, you can see we cleared out all the NVIDIA services. And let's go settings. Let's go Windows Update. See, I don't think that guy, I think that guy was smoking crack. I don't see where that's actually not disabling Windows Update. See, I knew we tested this. All right, we're good. Let's make a release. I think a lot of people want the latest hotness that we've found on that regression. Sysmain. Do we have Sysmain? Ooh, actually, let's check out the remove edge PR as well. Let's go. Yes, thank you. That was another one I wanted to get in there. Ooh, force get, win get source. What's this? Okay. When it can't fetch the MS store source, it forces to search the win get source. I think that's worthy. Let's go ahead and merge that as well. I thought we were doing that in the past. This is a must-have PR for WinGet. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Is there are times where it just doesn't have a source and it would just hard fail. So that was a good one by I think it was Coding Wonders. Let's go disabled. Oh, the disabled defender, Gabby. I need to fill you in on the history of this. We've actually gone and disabled defender a bunch of different times in the past. Every time we add that, though, the problem is the code to disable defender flags every single antivirus, and it was an absolute nightmare. Because everyone was like, Titus is installing viruses. It was only a matter of time before he went to the dark side. I was like, no, guys. Oh, God. No, I was just making it so you could disable Defender so you don't have the built-in antivirus. And people were like, I knew it. He's evil. He's trying to infect our systems with the whack tech virus Trojan that the antiviruses are telling us about. I'm like, oh. All right, I'll just delete the disabled defender. So that was the thing. That was like 2 years ago, I think it was. Yeah, and that's why I removed it. I was like, it's just not worth it. The masses are just incapable of It's too much power. It's too much power. And people freak out. So the remove defender, I don't think we can do. All right, what were we doing? Disable edge. I liked how the disable edge was there, where this just added so you can't actually install or run edge from running. I thought that was pretty elegant. I'm thinking. I do like this method too. It's so easy. All right, let's look at this. It's kind of weird. Huh. Oh, this is the documents. My bad. I was like, ah. And I was like, why is it using... That's the Hugo thing. All right. And all it's doing right here is such a simple process. Look at this. 7 lines of code to remove edge. Get child item, setup.exe, new item, run it, force, uninstall system level, force uninstall, delete profile. Huh. I'm thinking. No, nothing from Microsoft's FOSS. Except old crap that nobody cares about. People would run both remove and disable, which isn't good. My giant head is blocking the code. Oh, that's true. Can you not add to WinUtil what Cyber CPU did with the more recent video of removing edge because it did it using the proper way? Well, this is... I couldn't imagine... What was his way of removing edge? If he gives me like an IO Neo kind of vibe-coded script, I'm going to be out. Let's take a look at what is he doing. Alright, uninstall edge for good.
So, we've...
Alright, great. What are we using? Oh, nothing in the description. Tech fail. Alright, what are you doing? He's doing the region unlock. I don't know. I don't think this is really the way to go about it. We've done this method in the past, and it's gotten patched and changed. No chapters? No links. Bro, come on. I don't want to hear you blab for 20 minutes on how to uninstall Edge. Fail. Ah. All right. Well, no, we're not using that way. All right. I'm sure that's what people think when they watch my videos. You know, I just have no patience. Yeah, no. It's just one of those things. Let's see here. I agree with Gabby on this. Let's uninstall Edge. Did I uninstall Edge from this system? I think I did. I've uninstalled Edge too many times. Oh, hell. Alright. Let's just do it. I like this method a little bit better. So the region unlock way of uninstalling Edge, we did and implemented it. Was it November or October? Chat might remember. But we did the region unlock, even coded it on there. And then someone like messaged me and like, oh, you used the wrong code, or that's you stole the code from some other debloat script. And I was like, bro, you can see us do it live on stream. I didn't do that. But I do like this method a lot better. It's so clean. All it's doing, so for the layman here, all it's doing is setting the path to the setup executable in the edge after it finds it. It's just getting a child item for the setup edge. Notice how there's a wildcard in here. So the version can change and it'll still grab that setup.exe because it will always follow this path format. Then it creates a new item called Microsoft Edge.exe and forces it. Now this item may not exist, and all it does is create a dummy there. And then it starts this setup process with an uninstall, system level, force, and delete the profile. It just clears out Edge. So this is a dummy, I would imagine, to just say, hey, Edge is installed, or trick Windows into thinking it is. And then this starts the uninstall. Gabby could probably clear out the why the dummy is needed for the new item. Check out my new cool project. All right, yeah, let's do it. All right, let's test this first, and then we'll check that out, Gabby. 1 second. Let's start up our test VM. Oh, See, I think everybody's overthinking it with the Edge uninstalled. That's the thing is, I think we can make it so simple with just 3 lines of code is all we need. I merged that, right? Yeah, I merged it. Okay, great. Just making sure. I made changes to tweaks? What? Whatever. Alright, now we're good. It's like, I don't know why it said made changes, but we didn't. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Most of the content I've seen for removing Edge is like 200 lines of code to remove Edge. This is a pretty straightforward way of doing it. So let's go remove Edge. Remove Edge, where are you at? Remove Microsoft Edge right here. Okay. Here, let's increase it. Good Lord. My old man eyes is just like, ah. All right. Remove Microsoft Edge. That's all we're clicking. And we can see we have Microsoft Edge here, right? Bam. There's Edge. That gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling. Update complete. Yeah. All right. here we go. So we're just going to go remove. That's it. It's gone. Is it that quick? That seemed obscenely fast. That was so fast. That was good. It looks gone to me. Edge is gone. Thank you, Gabby. Oh, that's amazing. All right, let's check out your project, man. All right. That was quick, and it worked. And it used 3 lines of code to accomplish what most people were. Open up a JSON file, changing your region. I used Ireland in the past, and then changing that, and then going in and uninstalling and go, oh my God, here's a 20-minute video over how to remove Edge. I've done that video. Hell, I think the last one I did was that, and I was just like, ugh, and then they patched it. So this is so much faster, so much better. Let's just do that. All right, let's make the release too, right? Was there any other massive pull requests I need to do? I think we're just going to do a minimal pull request on this guy, because these are really, really highly demanded features. I was wrong. We can't find it. Okay. Thank you, Dan, for the update. Was it not there? Let's see. Yeah. Members? I swear we had a members section. Ah, here it is. Permissions. Huh. I feel like there should be members. Oh no, not members. Huh. 1 second. Yeah, sometimes I just hate. Okay, here we go. Special member. Okay, Patreon, yes. Read. Read message history, check. Save. Okay. Twitch subscriber, if you're a Twitch subscriber, let's get you. That's there. YouTube member. Yep. Special member. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. All right. Now it should be good. And just to double check, it should be synced up with the exclusive member. Good night. All right. Yeah. Sync now. Sync permissions, please. Yeah, sometimes the permissions get out of sync. And member chat. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, it's all synced. Should be good. Alright, good. Good, good, good. Alright, that's done. And then what do we have? Do you nuke Edge services when removing Edge? No. The uninstall should take care of that. The official uninstall. Oh, remove OneDrive. Yes, 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 yes. Remove OneDrive was the other thing. Now, all right, what are we doing? Let's take a look at the invoke script. So we set the permissions right here, denying all administrators. And then we uninstall some OneDrive's file, use File Explorer. OneDrive uses File Coauth, removing leftover OneDrive files. Okay, app data and program data. Grant permission back to OneDrive access folder. Cool. Yeah, so what would happen sometimes is, essentially what's happening with this script is it would sometimes delete the entire OneDrive folder, and if the process is still running in the background, it would actually delete the files from OneDrive in the cloud and on your PC. And as you can see, that would be a problem. Now, that's just Microsoft vibe coding, essentially, and just bad implementation. But what this script is taking into account, because I talked to Gabby about it, I was like, oh, let's just remove it, and then people can remove OneDrive on themselves, because I don't want to deal with someone's files getting deleted. And people were getting pissed because how I put it in to accommodate this was I was copying everybody's OneDrive folders, desktop, documents, all of it, over into the official root files at the, well, not root, but the root of the user, desktop documents, and then copying all those OneDrive files over into it. Then people were getting pissed that I was duplicating files. So essentially what this is doing is just saying, hey, let's just uninstall OneDrive and get rid of all this crap, but we're going to leave all the files in the OneDrive folder. There's one other consideration for folks out there too, that this is kind of a new wrinkle. The past couple months, Microsoft also screwed this up. One more thing to toss on the pile that I just remembered. Sometimes OneDrive will delete the local files and say it's in the cloud. So a friend of mine, she had all her files up and all her pictures on her system, and she put them in the OneDrive folder. OneDrive actually went in and deleted the local files and only had it up in the cloud safe. And then it prompted her several months later, hey, you're over your limit. We're going to delete these files. Make sure you back them up. And they weren't stored locally, even though the files were there locally, or the actual shortcut was there. They were actually in the cloud. There's a little cloud icon, and that means it's not on your system. It's only in the OneDrive. So then it's a way of kind of holding your files hostage, requiring you to pay Microsoft money to get them, or they get deleted. And she didn't do any of that. She didn't set up OneDrive to do any of that. It just automatically stole those files and then deleted the local copies. So that can happen. Yeah. But in that, I mean, honestly, this is fine. Like this is great. It's one of those things people should know about. I probably should have done a video about it if I could replicate exactly what went on with her system. But it was over the course of several months, so it's hard to replicate and kind of show people. But this looks good. Let's remove it back. I agree. Yeah, it's definitely worse than, because at least in the recycle bin it's stored locally. Yeah, that should be all the important PRs. All right, Gabby, let's do a... I'm not going to test it because honestly, I hate remove OneDrive. I've gone back and forth on this stupid thing for years. We're going to leave the other PRs for another day. We shall. Oh, I still got to fix my stupid time. UTC time stopped working, the registry entry as well. We switched between Q word and D word, and I could just never get... It just doesn't ever seem to work. I think it was this one. So that's the thing. Everything I was reading was a D word, and Difference between D word and Q word is essentially this. Imagine this is like a 32-bit word. This would be a 64-bit value. So 32-bit value, 64-bit value essentially. So these values can be a lot bigger. But since the value is a binary, 0 or 1, it doesn't make any sense that it would be a Q word. So I don't think this is right. I think, honestly, Microsoft's just ignoring all of this entry, the time zone information. I don't think the value was wrong. Everything I saw online showed it as a D word. So I couldn't find any reference or an official knowledge base article saying that real time is universal as a Q word. So that's why I was like, I couldn't validate. Registry key. Setting this, see, this says a D word value. Let's see what this one says. Apply a D word value. See, that's the thing. Everything I could see online, it showed it as a D word value. These are very, very old. I think they just started ignoring them altogether. So it will ignore it on shutdown regardless. Typical Windows bug. Outside of this caveat, Windows will treat your hardware clock correctly if the registry is set correctly. Try this. If time is messed up and you're trying to get Windows to use UTC, boot into Windows, set the time as it would normally be, correct time zone, no registry edit, Windows time enabled, synced, and then do the registry edit, sync the time, and then disable the time, install a third-party NTP client, verify it works on reboot. That sucks. So it just will always ignore RTC. That's lame. Yeah, let's just disable the service. All right. Third-party NTP client. Let's see, what do we got? No. No. What do we have for NTP clients for Windows? God, these are old. Yeah. Let's try net time. All right, perfect. Free, open source, small, reliable. Perfect. Stable version. Let's go. All right. Let's install that. Start net time. Timeseektool.com. Yeah, seems legit. Probably should have checked this. Oh my god, they're using SourceForge. That is something I haven't seen in quite some time. Oh, what's the source look like actually? Only 220 KB. That's cool. What's it written in, I wonder? God, SourceForge is absolute trash. Win32, programming languages. It's written in Pascal. Oh my god. Oh, that is crazy. That is old. That's an old project. Let's see if it checks out, right? Net time. Let's launch this old this old project, man. Cool. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right. Well, seemed to work just fine. Cool. That was just bugging me. Registry team. So I think it was Windows 11. Some say it should be keyword on 64-bit systems. Gentoo. So the Linux people say it should be keyword. No, it is. I found it. Yeah, okay. I guess it was changed because nobody installs 32-bit versions of Windows anymore. Everything's 64-bit on Windows 11. So on 32-bit, follow the 64-bit except use D-word instead of Q-word. Everyone should be using 64-bit now. Oh, so it was. Zeus was right here. It was Q-word. All right. Regardless. That's why it was ignoring the value. Let's squash and merge this too. All right. So the caveat here was D-word for 32-bit versions of Windows. This is like legacy installs. And then Q-word for modern Windows 11 installs. Very interesting. Very nuanced. There was no good documentation except for the Gentoo wiki. Gentoo's a Linux install, and they have better documentation than Microsoft. How sad is that? God. All right. I feel like I was in the middle of something. What else was I looking at? No. I think that's it. Oh, yeah, Gabby stuff. Let's see. Oh, let's make that, while we're checking that out, let's go ahead and make our release version for this so people can see all the... So today, we fixed the regression for the service processing count. So that'll be fixed. Second, adding the remove edge. Big shout out to Gabby for both those things. Fix for the real-time universal UTC. I'm still not 100% on the keyword, and depending on your install, it could be D-word if it's like an older Windows install. Most people should be using 64-bit installs of Windows, so keyword is probably the best one to default to. Maybe modify this PR in the future to say, hey, detect if it's 64-bit, use D-word or keyword. And then the remove OneDrive. Let's do a pre-release for this. We'll have everybody test it out. And then Thursday we'll push it to stable release. So you can use WinDev to test in the interim. All right, now let's see what you got going on here, Gabby. Q is 64-bit, yeah. Well, I'm not saying it's wrong, Peter. I'm just wish they documented it and let us know why. It would be D-word on some systems and Q-words on other systems, and let us know the value changed. It's just kind of annoying is all. And most things in the registry are D-words, not Q-words. And since it's a binary value, it doesn't need to be a Q-word. So this is like an artificial thing. It's kind of crap. Like, document it somewhere, but also why the hell did it change? Like, it's a binary value. Frankly, it could just... It's just aggravating. It doesn't make any damn sense. Anyways. Edge uninstaller. Oh. What'd you code this in? C#. Let's see the code. So there's the create the dummy Microsoft package, create the directory, and then do the uninstall after finding the setup file up here. So it's the same thing that we did in PowerShell, just in C#. That's cool. Oh, larger? Yes, sorry. Very, very simple program that accomplishes the same thing. Yeah, I like that. 8 kilobit. Just using one library, system IO. Man, that's minimal. See, I love minimal programs. That's the one problem I think I see with a lot of vibe code, is it just adds way too much garbage. Where if you did this exact same thing, here, let's just feed it. Let's use Claude, right? Write a C# program that uninstalls Microsoft Edge in Windows 11. Let's see what it comes up with. Well, is it even gonna do it? Oh yeah, look at this. So here's the actual source code that the LLM needs to spit out. As you can see, pretty minimal, but there's so many different ways to uninstalling Edge. Let's see what way it takes, or what it thinks it's gonna try. Let's see. Bunch of console write warnings. Setup path, finding the Edge path in the setup file. Okay, tries to attempt to uninstall. Did it actually create the executable though? The dummy. It did not. So it's just trying to do an uninstall direct with the setup value. That won't work. But look at the difference in code. How many lines of code is that? How many lines of code is this? $93. 15. The difference between a programmer and an LLM right there summed up into a simple one. This one won't even work because it didn't know to create the dummy file. With the number, let's say you prompted enough, it would probably add another 50 lines of code to create that dummy process, compared to just something minimal. Yeah, it's pretty great. That's pretty great. I love it. Yeah, they aren't unblocking the uninstall. So yours actually unblocks it by doing the dummy executable that unblocks it and then does the one. Yeah, explain a little bit more, Gabby, in chat too, how that works. Because as I understand it by the syntax I saw you write, it creates that dummy executable, it sees that, and then it somehow prompts it to allow the uninstall. But the file itself that it creates isn't really, I think it's like 0 kilobyte. So Peter, here, let me show you. Because we did we uninstall it here? Oh, I don't think we did. Here, we'll run it. Let's run it real fast. If you want any of these regression or the improvements from today, you can type this command, irmchristitus.com/windev, pipe IEX. This will launch the dev branch. We'll have a couple more people launch this just to make sure they don't have any problems. And then probably Thursday, we'll put this on the stable. So let's go tweaks. Let's go remove edge, run tweak. It couldn't find the setup. Oh, I think we already deleted it. But the thing, if you look at the code, which let's just grab that function and we can see exactly where that code will be. I want to say it was like system data under C, or program data actually. It's a hidden folder. And then I think it's Microsoft Edge. Edge. Nope. Let's grab those functions, private. I need to reorganize these private and public functions, by the way. I think he put it in the public functions. Public should only be there for... GUI. Oh, I needed to pull down the changes. Yeah, just always replace the local tags. Fine. Let's just stash it. Get stash drop. Let's just pull. Alright. Now we got it. Where's our remove edge? WinUtil remove edge. Which is... Why am I not seeing this? Oh yeah, he put it in public. It technically should be up here in private, but whatever. Anyways, it creates this. It's under System Apps, Microsoft Edge. So this is the file it creates, but look at this dummy file. Let's just CD over into it. Explorer. Let's open it up. So this is the file it creates. Yeah, it's the pre-release is live on GitHub right now. It's nothing. So the new item was 0 kilobit. Like I was like, it looks like he's just creating a dummy file here for some odd reason. That's why I was like, it's probably going to get patched eventually. We'll have to go back to modifying it to like Euro install and then uninstall it via that. But in the meantime, that looks like it's working pretty damn well. And that is super, super clean. And it's fast. Oh yeah, do micro-win and F#. Oh, for sure. So WebView 2, the problem with WebView 2 is it's required by a lot of other Microsoft projects. So uninstalling WebView 2 can cause a lot of issues with some Microsoft games. I think Visual Studio Community Edition also requires it. There's a couple other things that are kind of dependent. You got to realize we're kind of on borrowed time as Windows users. They're integrating a lot of this crap and vibe coding a ton of it to where it's really starting to get intertwined. So a lot of this is we're just trying to clean up and remove the extra garbage that's added. But you got to realize when this garbage is added, they're also modifying existing other things in the system. And we have to modify those back to kind of make everything play nice. And it's a pain. But I mean, it's just going to continually happen. And, you know, there's always ways to fix it, though. Don't think there's only one way to uninstall Edge. I mean, hell, this is like the 6th or 7th way we found to uninstall Edge. We'll see how long it lasts. Let's double check that pre-release got in there. Make sure it shows properly. So here's the pre-release. This... change UTC registry for 64-bit systems. Remove OneDrive, remove Edge, fix the winget source from Coding Wonders. That was a big one. This one was change that to fix service count and SVC split. Change feature update from 2 years to 3 days. That was just a document change. And then there's also documents. The documents Gabby started on the rework, and then I went through and also spent like 3 or 4 hours offline fixing up WinUtil documents. So WinUtil documents is a lot better now. Probably one of the hardest things to do when you're creating a project is making proper documentation. So if you look in here, we've also redone a lot of the documentation. This is more for developers to see like specific code for like if you're doing hibernation, this is kind of the code you should see. And then the user guides, this has kind of been streamlined, and you have a nice little guide on the side to kind of take you through different things that can happen in it. So you can see what each tweak does, how to undo tweaks, all those things. So a good update there where we fixed a lot of broken links. There was a ton of broken links in there. So just something there. Yeah, and I mean, WebView is not a big, heavy program. So the problem with removing too much, guys, too, is if it's not a huge impact to the system, I'm totally fine with leaving it. Especially if removing it's going to cause problems down the road for people. So that's why I try to kind of take a kid's glove approach where I just do that. It's an official feature, just region locked. Yeah, so I mean, that's one way of doing it, but I feel like our uninstall is probably the best that you can do. And that bypass has been around for years. Any issues? Let's see. I don't think we have. I need to go back through the issues and clean up a bunch of them. Oh, BitLocker, yeah. Oh man, dealing with micro-win crap. Snap assist, yeah, the toggle. We really need to redo how the toggles work. Yeah, we need to remove that snap assist toggle. A lot of times the toggles don't put in the right value out of the gate. Sometimes it doesn't grab what's already there. That's where I'm kind of like, need to rewrite that. Windows 10 support, no. I mean, it exists. You can use it somewhat, but I mean, Windows 10's on borrowed time at this point. It's not even getting updates anymore. So, if you're still a Windows user, you're going to have to upgrade to Windows 11. Just the way of the world. I thought we fixed this. Let's see. Block Razer. I think this got removed. Do we still have my Razer on there? Razer? I don't remember. Yeah, I think we got rid of the Razer altogether. Nah. Yeah, that's fine. The Razer repos. I still have a repository for block Razer devices. Don't be buying Razer devices in 2026 though. Razer devices are getting more baked in, and I'm noticing they're separating and making the hardware cheaper. And then instead of having like a chip on board that you can change the value and then take that mouse and put it, like, let's say on a Linux box, you used to be able to write to a lot of their devices. Many of the newer ones, they're cheaping out with the hardware, and then they're putting it all on the software. They're massive, bloated, crappy Synapse software that's on all the stuff. So if you buy a modern Razer device, you're just doing yourself a massive disservice, because it's cheaper hardware, it's not as good, and it's now relying to configure, do anything with it. You have to use Windows, you have to run their massive bloated software stack, which adds somewhere of like 6 to 7 different services into your system, and it constantly runs in the background. I mean, judging by their history, them even doing a crypto miner at one point in time, you just have to be the biggest idiot or just so out of it to use a Razer device in 2026. Terrible company, terrible hardware, terrible software, just all around a loser. So Razer devices, absolutely not. For 2026, just anything but. I could see, based on their success, Corsair following suit. Corsair's close. They're still better, and you can still write to a lot of their hardware, but I bet you they'll see the success and cost-cutting measures of Razer and copy them, because people are dumb and they just follow marketing. And there's enough influencers out there that are like, Razer looks cool, check me out with my Razer. And yeah, the era of marketing slop. Razer's the definition of slop, but hardware. Oh, I forgot about the Razer AI companion. God, that's gonna be amazing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, gamer slop, something. I constantly get emails and people pinging me, when are you gonna make a gamer setting for WinUtil? And I'm like, what? It hurts my brain. Like, gamers are just computer users. All I want is the computer to work properly. There doesn't need to be a gaming preset. Newsflash, all I want is just a minimal starting spot, so whether or not you want to do gaming, productivity, work, whatever, it's good for all of it. Like, you don't need a gaming setting for everything. Your crappy $100 overpriced pair of gaming headset that absolutely sucks, that probably has $3 worth of material in it. Just go buy an Audio-Technica at this point. Like, I can't. Sometimes people's stupidity just hurts my brain. Anyways, sorry. Small rant about Razer, all just reading issues. Anyways, that did get fixed. Security hardening, I do agree with that, Gabby. We do need to look at that. Gamer pillow, gamer underwear, gamer spoon. Show people how to run the pre-release again. Yeah, thank you, Rex. Let's do that. So if you need to run the pre-release and you want to see these versions and you can't wait till Thursday, don't worry. Just go IRM and you'll just type this command here. So this right here is invoke rest method, is what that actually is a shortcut for. christitus.com/windev, and this is actually redirects to github.com and grabs what we just launched. So I like to do a pre-release for at least a couple days and then move it to a stable release on down the road after it's been run several thousand times and people have kind of gone, okay, it works on all systems, there's no problems, and then it's just a good little step. And then usually a couple days from now, after we get several thousand runs, I'm like, okay, cool. I haven't heard anything. Discord's not blowing up. I don't see a massive influx of issues from the dev branch. Then I moved to stable release, and then everybody sees the progress. So that's just my workflow. Gamer subs. Oh, jeez. Oh, man, I forgot on Twitch. I got contacted by a company. I don't think it was Gamer Fuel. It was another one. It was one of those. I'm not going to say the brand name because I don't want to get sued. Don't sue me. But I remember I got it. And on the back of they sent me a whole bunch of free product, and I could do an affiliate link for their energy powder or whatever it was. I was like, oh, cool, sure. Everyone has it. And I always wanted to try it, but it's like $20 or $30 a canister. I'm like, it seems a little bit pricey. I'd rather get it off Amazon. And I got it. And the first thing I noticed was, oh my God, there's so much food coloring in this. And then the second thing I read on the back is it violated, I think it was like Proposition 65 in California. And it's using like some kind of like artificial stuff. And man, it gave me the worst heartburn ever. And I was like, okay, I need to throw this away. So I ended up just chunking it in the trash. But yeah, don't buy the overpriced energy drinks and stuff from influencers. Oh my God, it's so bad for you. Just get some cheap stuff off Amazon. I think I was using my energy drink of choice before a workout would probably be it has beta L-arginine, I think it is. I'm saying that wrong, but it's great for workouts, and it doesn't give me heartburn, and it's actually really cool. And the brand name was Total War. It's pretty cheap on Amazon. I think it was like $17 a tub on Amazon, and it's lasted me a while. Also, I caution you, don't do a full scoop because it's like 300 milligrams of caffeine. I do a half a scoop, and it's like 150 calories, and I feel amazing during the workout, so I kind of chop that down, but it's a perfect pre-workout. It's like pre-workout that's not pre-workout, and it actually works well, and it's cheap, and it's on Amazon. So that's my recommendation. Don't buy energy. Yeah, not energy drinks. This is just like I think it's the beta L-arginine. I can't remember what it is in the mix that helps. It's not the caffeine. The caffeine helps a little bit, but it's more of helps with breath, stamina for some like hard like hit workouts. Yeah, coffee before a pre-workout's also good. Totally right. Liquid IV and stuff. Yeah, if you're going on long workouts, I could see liquid IV works. It could be a placebo effect. Great. Water is the best thing. For sure. Like, hands down. If your workouts are doing just fine on water, stick to water. You will never see me fight you on that. All right. Everything's looking good here. WinUtil looked good from last Thursday as well, so that's good. Anything else for the stream that we've had? I think everything else looks good. Arginine, yeah. I think that was what I was talking about, Seb. I feel like I noticed a difference. It might be time to start checking UEFI systems because Microsoft's now rolling out boot binaries with the 2023 CA to replace those using 2011 certificate authority. I commented about this issue here. Yeah, I'm noticing they're doing a lot of changes to certificate authorities. You can no longer buy 3-year code signing authorities. I think I was one of the last ones in. I paid like $500 for my 3-year license for WinUtil. And man, I hate code signing. It's just such a pain in the ass. And it's expensive. It feels like gatekeeping. Anyways, they're switching around that to where the certs and code signing certs that you get now, I think, are maximum of 12 to 18 months. We'll see what happens. I think it's that goes into effect late February. So in March, you'll notice that all the code signing stuff is of just, you're going to have to renew it almost every year now. which is kind of, it feels like you're just getting squeezed for more money. But yeah. So there's the old certificate authority. New updates to the EFI boot binaries. Huh. I wonder how many Linux distros won't boot that are using secure boot after doing this. Are all the security personalities online still recommending secure boot? I hate secure boot. I won't do it. I just absolutely despise everything about it. Helps prevent malware from running early in the startup sequence on a Windows device. Got it, yeah. I don't know. It seems like a manufactured problem. That's all I'm saying. Oh yeah. Sorry guys. I'm a dirty light mode user. It's like an extra shot of espresso. I'm sorry, I keep saying it wrong. You can correct me each time. It's all good. All right, prepare your environment. Makes me wonder what happens if you completely ignore it. Will your system not boot? That'd be hilarious. Microsoft bricks a bunch of systems using secure boot. Oh god, that'd be hilarious for 2026. Gosh. This looks like just opting out of the new certificate authority. I wonder why you'd opt out, though, if you're already doing it. Might as well. Oh yeah, Battlefield 6 does require secure boot. What a scam. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you do need the new certs. Oh man, I think that's gonna brick some systems. It'll be interesting to see. Intune. I mean, Intune's cool, don't get me wrong, when it works. So you could set the registry key for available updates at this value to hexadecimal 0x5944 to deploy all needed certificates. Surely they're going to do this in a Windows update. They cannot imagine normal users doing this. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, group policy is probably how most people... You know, on-prem's dying, though. On-prem servers with GPOs, it's kind of a dying fad. More people are going to third-party tools in business. At least big business. All right. Well, that's interesting. God, one more thing. One more thing to worry about. We'll see how that plays out. I'm sure it'll be fine. Be curious to see what you did. Old micro win. I think I might make a play at Microwind again. I think I'm gonna strip it down quite a bit. Feel like we could feed it like a JSON file to just run WinUtil and then bake in some of those settings so it won't be so redundant. I wonder why disabling computer restore. Most people want restore points. Other than that, that looks pretty good. I remember Coding Wonders talking about the reg.exe because you have to like mount the Hive file through command line, so you can't use like set item property a lot of times. I remember him going back and forth. There's like a lot of nuance to setting up an ISO in Windows, and it also depends on like the ISO you download. There's a lot of weird things like that. Is it safe to disable Windows Secure Boot? No, it's not. Do not disable Secure Boot unless you know what you're doing. If you disable Secure Boot and you have Secure Boot enabled, you will not be able to boot back into your system. So don't do it. And know that if you wipe out or delete or reset your keys in your BIOS, your system won't boot. And you might be thinking, well, I did that, Titus. How do I get it back? You're SOL, man. You gotta back up your data, mount that drive. Hopefully it's not encrypted. If it is, well, whew, that's gonna be fun. But yeah, don't disable Secure Boot if it's enabled and you have Windows installed. I cannot emphasize that enough. But if you turn it off before installing the OS, totally cool. That's the way to go. That's how I always do it. So just an FYI. All right, guys. It has been almost 3 hours. I felt like we got some stuff done today. Not bad. We did the regression testing. Everything actually looked pretty good. We just had like a couple PRs from Gabby. Appreciate you, Gabby. Got those up and going. Some basic fixes, but pretty sizable improvement to the utility with service regression fixed, and then removing of Edge and OneDrive, putting those guys back in. Stable release will probably come out later this week. Just remind me, and it should be good. Take a look at the PS1 file. Oh, what was that? Oh, I already closed it. Let's go to my history. Oh, yeah. That's pretty good, man. That's minimal. I like the PS1. In the auto unintended, you can still use the Schneegens. So if you ever want to make your own auto intended install, Schneegens auto. Oh man, butchered the name. Schneegens unintended generator. I love this thing. It's still there forever. So if you guys ever need to make your own unattended XML, highly recommend Schneegens. It's been around forever. I used it many times. Fantastic. So, but that's pretty minimal. So you could actually use the first part of this script and then just tack in your own XML with all your own customizations. I always encourage people to do that. I think that's always a good thing. Alrighty, well, be safe out there, guys. Hopefully it thaws with all this ice here locally. I'm hoping that it thaws here soon because I gotta get out in the world. I gotta go work out. I haven't worked out in 4 days. It's too long. So I've got that coming up, and I gotta help my daughter make a guillotine. So seems odd that school would ask her to make a guillotine. You know? Maybe it's something with like the French Revolution. Anywho, that should be fun regardless. I didn't ask too many questions. She was just like, hey, Dad, can you help create a guillotine for school? And I was like, sounds great. Even if she said, let's just create one for shits and giggles, I think I'd be down for that too. So, all right, guys, have a good one. See you all on Thursday. We have to get into, on Thursday's stream, we absolutely have to get into Mango WC. I gotta try out. Wayland/DWM had a baby. At least that's what people are telling me. Thursday. Let's try it out. All right, y'all. Deuces.